Today we reach the end of our series of talks about the 5 ways to well-being. And the last way we consider today is taking notice, in green in the middle here. So examples include watching out for the unusual and the beautiful, taking notice of the world around and the passing seasons, taking the time then to notice what's happening in the outer world, but also reflecting on our own inner world too. There's evidence that such pausing and taking notice will help us in body and mind. But what's it got to do with God and our faith? Well, underlying this series of talks has been the idea that God created us, mind, body and spirit, as whole people, and that all those aspects are mixed up, and we shouldn't try to unpick them. But also in this story is an example of how noticing what's going on in the world around us can be crucial, and was the difference between life and death for the Israelites. God had freed them from slavery in Egypt, and they were heading to the promised land through the wilderness under Moses' leadership. And here they are in this passage, bemoaning their lot and accusing God and Moses of leading them into the desert to die of starvation. But then God, via Moses, virtually says, "Look around you and notice what I'm doing." Here in this image from the 15th century Nuremberg Bible is God firing down manna from heaven in a rather aggressive way, while quails fly in close formation as supper for the people of Israel. Unfamiliar with manna, Moses had to instruct the people how to gather it and store it and use it. It was some natural product, tree resin or insect secretion, and together with the quails that gathered in large numbers in the camp by night, these foods sustained them on their journey. It probably didn't compare well with the flesh pots and the abundant bread they'd had in Egypt, but it sustained them. In the same way, when we take notice then of God's gifts to us, they can sometimes seem a bit of a letdown. Many of us will have explored our personality type. These are key traits about how we think and act that are core to who we are. And there are descriptions for different types of personality, and many have descriptions like these. These are those popular gifted people we can all admire. And they have these characteristics. They are innovative, energetic, creative, imaginative, warm and clever and dependable. But then I do the personality test, and this is how I come out as an inspector type. Steady, logical and ordered, persevering, reserved, interested in details. And so my God-given personality type has always seemed, frankly, a bit disappointing. And we inspector types can waste a lot of time and energy wishing we were among the innovators and imaginative extrovert stars. But actually, back with this story of the manna, didn't it need just that close attention to detail that is our special gifting to notice the manna and the quails, and then the innovators to work out how to process it, and the practical, energetic types to make sure everyone got enough and no one was left out, and the leaders to direct operations. And so it is in any task and group, at home, at church or at work. We each have our different special gift to contribute to any situation or project. Noticing and celebrating those gifts in ourselves and each other is a really important part of any community functioning well. So, may we take time to notice what God is doing in our lives, and may we notice God's gifts in others and ourselves and give thanks. Amen.